It's called Easter Sunday in New York. In Jerusalem, you were supposed to walk the dirge. I was witness to the reenactment, but solely as an outcast. Yet I just finished a poem by Blaise Cendrars, Easter in New York. Scrawled just over 100 years ago on the advent of the Great War, the war that, in his later years, savagely wounded the writer of these words. But it was the dirge he wrote about before his mortal visitation that fixated my attention. The split open sides of the resurrected one he had written in his New York poem was blazing like a great sun. So he wanted to know. We each wanted to know. One Easter Sunday, I sat in a church in St. Mark's Square in the Bowery, patrimony to Stuyvesant, dark grimace of a man that had haunted me to my Bronx grade school childhood. I could still hear his peg leg pound on the wooden floor. Easter Sunday, a minister's podium presided over by a black woman minister. Already 2 taboos had been severed. In her voice exuded a seducing kindness. No brimstone here. Why weren't we all resurrected on the first Easter? Will we suffer, die, and be reborn to the same set of castigations? Born of despair. But I am an artist. I need despair. An artist needs to wrestle with God. Like Jacob at Bethel, a place of foul odors, lame Jacob wrestling with an angel as the insurmountable distance is a ladder leading to heaven. Who will be admitted? I am an artist, and I wrestle with the angel of despair in order to resurrect meaning. It is why I sit in an old New York City church siphoning through a fool's theology. Why do so many die in refusing the resurrected man's name? Heretics, pagans, non-believers, infidels, preachers of despair, of radical skepticism. Must they suffer for what they cannot see? Is what they cannot see really there? The other night, I heard on the radio a performance staged by the singer-writer Patti Smith. Her first performance ever. In 1970, in this church where we, her belated misbegot congregation, sat 50 years later. She resonated despair, as if dripping like holy water from her lips onto the wooden church floors. Without despair, there is no life. The origins of consciousness I am. Only me, alone. Despair is the ocean we are born into. Patti Smith was exuding despair amid indignation and protest across decades, her unfiltered voice lifting from a scratchy vinyl. Like the voice of a despairing angel screeching through the cosmos. Will I achieve my redemption from this worry? For every day is an anticipation of hope and dread. Or is despair a mere fragment of life? A shattered piece of glass from an otherwise holy image. The image of my personal divinity, until the rock flung by circumstance came crashing through my sacred sanctuary and left me like Osiris, assembling the scattered slivers of my life. Surrender your name, I am told. Surrender your pride, you who believe you are above others. Easter in New York. The black woman minister reflects for us as she recites the holy names of her absent parishioners, several serving as tenement shut-ins, others as members of the contemporaneous incarcerated. Never forget, she infers, a dredging reminiscence of the resurrected ones consorting with prisoners and outcasts. preaching her Easter belief and assuaging the doubts of others. You do not have to think like I do, her soft words to a congregation of outcasts. It was Easter Sunday in New York, and I was grateful I had discovered a haven where I could embrace my despair.